If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it.
Comics have changed the way we've seen countless stories be modified in many different forms. Everything changed when comics first emerged. Everything got more ambiguous and more hopeful because people needed hope during that time. People needed hope in the early 60s and 70s because the world was just insane, so they needed something to kind of escape that reality and kind of take a break from the boring world and go and have some fun adventures with characters they can recognize and relate to. So everyone can relate to characters, in fiction or otherwise. You can relate to Batman because he has no superpowers. You can relate to Spider-Man because he does mundane things like have to go pay rent, get a job, have to take the bus sometimes because he's out of web fluid. So yeah, that's something, I guess. Get really hyped, wanting to buy everything, when supported 1,000%, wanting to put every day into it, and then you have people that don't see it that way. You have people that just kind of look at it and go, oh, look, a superhero movie. Whoop-de freaking do. And then you have others that you find people that are really excited as much as you are. So that's a positive. There's a lot of negative with comic books because people just don't see how cool they are. But honestly, they're not for everyone. But people need to understand how awesome comics are and how far we've come. In the 60s, this is when comics were relatively new characters coming out, and Stan Lee had created Spider-Man that nobody thought was going to sell. Nobody thought a character like Spider-Man was going to sell. And now he's one of the most popular characters ever that everybody knows. Even if you're not a comic book fan, you know who Spider-Man is. You know who Superman is. You know who Batman is. You know who Wonder Woman is. You know all these characters that you wouldn't have relatively known unless comics weren't created. Characters that took you out of reality and were like, hey, we're going to take you on this adventure. We're going to take you on an adventure to go, I don't know. I don't know. Comics have just helped change everything about what we know about comic books.